Hey guys, this is Tigress coming back to you with Craftymon. I believe it's episode 25. And first of all, Minecraft, I've noticed it's been like this for a little while, but they've changed the menu bar. Basically for a good while, and I wasn't happy with this. To access settings, you used to need to, like, there was a button at the bottom of saved, and you basically used to have to click on that. Now, before I get into anything else, I found a couple Endermen. I managed to trap one. There was another around. I managed to trap him up here. Ooh. Now, guys, I am still using my netherite armor because, quite frankly, I forgot to, take it off. I'll have another quick look to see if I can see it. Because, guys, why technically speaking, what I need to do is, defeat the Wither, all that lot, and, end the series. Once I've made the big final and a little thing. Which, quite frankly, I could have finished last episode. Chose not to. There you are. But yeah, chose not to because for two reasons. One, I do plan to fight the Elder Dragon. It's not like, oh, I'm going to do this in the next 10 episodes. It'll 100% be, I'll do this more lengthy for episode 100. If it does not get into episode 100, it might be the thing I do for episode 100 if I get to 100, which I don't see why I wouldn't. But for now, we're going to be building the thing that's also, I left that thing here, completely forgot about it until I placed it down at the end of the last episode, completely forgot I did, walked into my house the other day, because this room is basically, I only ever come in here to sleep, but when I'm not recording, I don't always necessarily sleep, because sometimes I do just work through the night, and I was like, oh yeah, I placed it down, didn't I? Duh. No. We've got a couple of things I need to take care of first. One of them is making an ender chest. I went to look up what I needed to make it and completely forgot to click that button. I just need an eye of ender, which is blaze, and 8 obsidian. How many more buckets do I have? I've got space this way. Also, guys, at this point, this stuff is basically living in that chest. I'll take back my torches. But yeah, so I am basically going to be building... It's going to be a giant project. I have no idea how long it's going to take me, and I have no idea how much of it I'll get done today. But there is a plan. Now, how many blaze powders do I have? Enough. I'll make 2. Simply because to have an ender chest in my house, then I can keep one on me. Now, yes, this does mean I will be making 2 trips. To get the lava. But 1, it's not going to be too much of a problem. And 2, it takes like 30 seconds. Now, at some point, I do plan to make a dripstone lab. That's a problem, that's a problem, that's a problem. Images, I do need to figure out what I need to fix that. Because I'm looking at a bone, I'm like, Flame Infinity, Power, Punch 2, Power 5. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm missing something. I don't know what, but at the end of the day, it does still seem good. Guys, let me know what enchantment I'm missing from making this a really good bow, because it's still good. I'm just thinking, what am I missing? Now, I want to take lava from a spot that it's not going to necessarily be noticed, like there. But yeah, at some point I do plan to make, basically, I'll probably think of a few I can do in for an episode. But I'll have a look at a few, like, sort of, not necessarily 10-minute machines, but like a few things I can just make within, say, 5-10 minutes. And, you know, make them. But I do have a few cool projects that I want to do at some point. Like, at some point, I'd like to make a proper, like, nether base. Because guys, back in the good old days. Back in the old days, I was thinking, where the hell did I get the cobblestone from? It's like, oh no, it's from this last episode. But like I was saying, back in the old days, you didn't have back in the old days, you were able to think what I was going to say then. But yeah, back in the old days, you were essentially able to reset the nether. And the end. Basically, I think it might have only been a thing on console. Because as far as I'm aware, I don't think PC had it as a function. But on console, you're basically able to set both things, which basically meant you could refine the Ender Dragon. You could do a lot of things. Like like for instance, say if you had quartz, glowstone, and like a bunch of really close things right to where the nether portal was. You could very much easily, you know, go and get them and then reset the world and basically get an infinite amount. They changed that. I can't remember when. I think it was like 2018. I think. Yeah. I remember it being a good while ago, but it was changed. Because I think it was 2018, might have been 2019. But again, I was still doing quests at the time when it got changed. And my big thing at the time was, well, I don't want to start building these biomes because I can reset them. And I don't want to basically build this awesome thing. Because back then I thought all my stuff was awesome. I'm a lot better than I used to be when it comes to this game. Even though it's not that complicated, but there are ways to do it. But like, guys, me back from quest days wouldn't have known how to fully build an iron farm. Not as to effect. Like, the one I built on quest was probably a more complicated version of one than it needed to be. But like, me back now would be like, wait, you're telling me that works? Like, that gives you iron? And I definitely didn't know how to make an Enderman XP farm. I didn't know the fact that you had to go so far off land. And I've made, I think, 4 Enderman XP farms at this point. It might be more than that. I think 4 different worlds I've made them on. But I made a mess up of the, like, the first time I made one was on an old server. If you've seen the video or the stream, I think it was, then you would have seen it. And basically, there were 2 on that world. when making the first one, I slightly fucked up. It was my first one, so it's kind of understandable, but I was like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to rebuild the full thing. Way too much cobblestone. But, like, I really want to, rebuild. Because it took me a long time, I didn't want to redo it. 2 window chests. Now, would it probably be easy just to make... See, I don't want to put anything there because I haven't. I weirdly kind of like the corner. But that's the ender chests done. And the next thing is going to be... Okay, yeah, I will do that thing now. That. Right, guys, I'll make it now. I've made it. I'll take a look at it near the end of the episode. Because I'm not going to show the big fancy thing that anyone who wants to potentially use this, add-on, or anyone who just genuinely want to see this really cool thing, because I'm presuming it's going to be really cool, unless it's going to turn into a boss fight, which I have no idea. New lot can wait till the end of the episode. We'll get some of the boring stuff done, like the building parts, but then we'll go and look at the really cool dragon. Who, from that alone, the eldeer looks fancy. It looks gold and shiny. Now, I need some cobblestone. Because I'm going to basically build it out of cobblestone, and I'm going to have it basically just be a layer on the water. And now, I have no idea how far I'm going to go with this. I also have no idea how big this is going to be. But basically, I'm just going to be using cobblestone as a layer for 2 reasons. One, I have like 3 double chests full of it. I want to get rid of half of it. Probably more if I can. And I swear that if this turns into a case of me not having cobblestone, I'm going to be so pissed. I will be so pissed. I'll be annoyed. But, like, I'm pretty sure there's a double chest over here. I know there's a double chest full of junk down here, like 2 of them. Yeah. So, why I don't have a shulker box? Now, my original plan for most of this was just to incinerate it all. Now, do I think this is going to be enough cobblestone? Nope. I plan to at least try and empty these both. The dirt won't annoy me as much. Like, I don't mind the dirt. Because I have no problem essentially chucking a few bars along here. Because that's basically just become the snow chest. Wasn't intended to. Like, those barrels are basically supposed to just be, little mini storage boxes where I can chuck stuff into them and all that lot. Well, plans change. Also, guys, if you're new around it, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm starting to get better at saying it earlier, but then I'm also starting to complete, like, I think the last 3 Monster Hunter videos that I've not set to near the end. You know, the point where a lot of people have already clicked off. But, anyway. Also, guys, I don't know why, but the last couple of weeks, I've basically been really excited about Craftymon. Extremely. Like, last week, I was so happy with the episode. Like, it was a really great episode. And if you've not seen it, go watch it. You really should. It was a great episode. And before anyone does start saying in the comment section, dude, we know what's happened because of this episode. You still don't know 100%. That thing could have taken me 50 different attempts. Also, might have a tiny bit of a problem. Now, guys, I'll say this now. I was starting to get fed up of waiting for Iron back when I needed it. You know, for the hoppers. I was starting to get really annoyed, saying, "Oh, this is taking forever. Like, why is this taking so long?" Like, I needed something to distract me. And I'm pretty sure that iron alone would basically fill those hoppers. Now, we are going to go from here. And I'm going to try and even it out. How the hell did you end up there? And now the reason I'm basically building it from like this level is I still want it to basically be, I want to be able to basically go and be like, and like still be able to place stuff on here and have it still on the ocean level. Now I am going quite far out. Like, I'm about level with the the mob farm. And now I've still gone, and I've gone through what, 2 stacks now? I don't know why I didn't grab more. Like, in all honesty, I don't know why I didn't grab more. Like, my inventory wasn't a problem. Because that should be, what, 3 from each? Yeah. And guys, this is just the path. Like, so, based on the fact of how big the path is, it's going to be big. But like I'm saying, guys, the last few episodes, I've basically been really excited about Craftymon. But come to filming like this, I was like, like, I'm filming this later than what I normally do. Because, guys, like, normally, Craftmon's filmed 2 days beforehand. It gives me enough time to edit, all that lot. Normally. I might be a day behind. Because, basically, guys, like, again, Saturday, Sunday, Mondays, one Saturday filming. at the minute, I've got a luxury where I don't need to film more than once, like a day. And because of highlight, I film it's handy because of that. Like, I don't film multiple things over a couple. Like, I film like over multiple days instead of just one day, which I kind of prefer. But either way, because of when I streamed Overwatch this week, because I wasn't feeling 100% on Tuesday, and then I wasn't feeling like 100% on filming last night, I'm a day behind. And more specifically, I wasn't feeling 100% after Overwatch because, guys, if you didn't see the Overwatch stream, I recommend doing it. That way you get to see me absolutely be like, you absolute morons. Because for some reason, Overwatch is not the morons fair. Again, no offense to the idiots who play Overwatch. You make the game what the game is. But do not be jumping comp. And guys, again, I don't mean to offend people when I say that. I literally had someone jump in a game of comp yesterday being like, and I say yesterday, time of filming was yesterday. Again, filming this on Thursday. Literally filming it the night beforehand. Being like, hey, this is my first comp game, and I'm like, huh? And I'm pretty sure I was in a game with diamonds. And to me, that's either A, a diamond player is doing bad enough to end up with silvers and unranked, which I don't think you would. I do generally think if this is your first time ever playing comp and not just redoing ranked games, I do think you probably would be placed with bronze or those typical players. Now, guys, not this alone has taken a good bit. Time to go further. Right, guys, to basically save everyone's boredom, because I know for a fact it's going to take like another 20 minutes, I'll be back once I've basically once I've doubled it. So, yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. So, guys, we're back. Not done yet, but again, the end of the chest is empty. From over there to here, I'll literally just use what? Most of one last row. That's how far we've got. Again, that 6 stacks left. I'm gonna keep going. I want this bigger. And guys, while I'm with me, I'll say now, I was tempted to build a bridge. From here, all the way over to like over there, where my little miniature base is. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that now. But like, this is how big this is. Again, 8 blocks wide. I'll be back once it's fully done. In pieces and we can't go brown. I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. Apology, darkness and harmony. Which without the light, this is what it sounds like. What it sounds like. All this time, this is what it sounds like. All this time. This is what it sounds like. Away. And it's a mind ocean. So, guys, we're back, and I hate them. That's not normal. I hate drones now. Well, look, guys, if let me know in the comments section below what your favorite sort of Avenger team would be. For everyone who's been a member of Avengers, which is half a Marvel at this point, I believe. I could be wrong. Let me know who you would personally consider core members, because I've grown up with I think 3 different versions of the Avengers. Because I saw some of Avengers Assemble, not Assemble. The one where Ant-Man was leading, and there was Ant-Man, Wasp, Scarlet Witch, Wonder Man, slash Vision, Tigra, Hawkeye, those. I also grew up watching Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Avengers Assemble. I've seen a good bit of, because my one problem with that is from like season 4 onwards, it is completely 100% more connected to the MCU, and I don't like the take where they went with it. It seems all. I just don't. Now, I've seen some of season 4, not much of it, but I've seen some. No, I think I've seen all season 4 and then potentially 1 or 2 episodes in season 5. But for me, I think my core selection probably would be involving, obviously, Iron Man. I think he's one of the necessary members. And I do kind of think almost every team, and almost every team that I can think of, does just have, someone who's got money. Titans, Robin's, Bruce Wayne's child. I'm pretty sure if you've owned him, being like, "Hey, Bruce, we've kind of got we've kind of got the Titan Tower just falling in pieces." I'm pretty sure he'd cough up the money to repair it. The League's got Batman. The Avengers have got Iron Man. Fantastic Four have got, themselves because Reed's rich apparently, which I was surprised at. But then again, the only real version of Reed Richards in Fantastic Four I've seen is like the 2000 and something movies. Up until about Silver Surfer, which I think in that he actually does. But then again, it's because they're a famous superhero team. But like again, for me, it'd probably be Iron Man, Captain America's like co-leaders. Iron Man's a captain. Iron Man's more of an authority, like more of a leader. Captain America's more a soldier, but Tony's more reckless. So, um, Black Widow and Hawkeye. Now, I've only ever seen a few versions with Black Widow as a main member, the MCU movies being one of them, but I do think she is. There's again, I've seen a couple versions of the Avengers where Hawkeye wasn't, because there was the Avengers movie where you had Ant-Man, I say Ant-Man, Giant Man, Hank Pym, Giant Man, Wasp, Captain America, Black Widow, Iron Man, and well, Hulk ends up being a thing at the end, and I believe Thor, but I could be wrong. Like again, Ant-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye. I think those are core, personally for me. I think Thor and Hulk, or at least a version. I think the Avengers should have a gamma monster, and I don't mean monsters in big scary monster. I mean, a Hulk, whether it be Hulk or not. I think the Avengers. I think Thor is a necessary part of them. Now, I also do think Hulk, net personally, is. I've not really had a look into any Hulks, because the reason I ask this is I'm assembling my own Avengers from Marvel Legends. Only Legends, though. Because I kind of want to keep the scale all intact, and they generally are, and they all, like, art style wise, all fit. I did the exact same thing with my X-Men. Kind of went too many, though. Like, granted, there's still a couple I do plan to add to it. Like, Cyclops, or Psylocke. Shadowcat and Colossus, when that 2-pack comes out in, like, May, that's a thing I do want to get. And hopefully plan to. But I think that'd probably be it for the X-Men for me, other than, Charles Xavier, which is the only one I'm missing. But that's because there's no version of him I don't think that I currently like. I've not had a proper look. But for for my Avengers, I've currently got Iron Man in his extremist armor, She-Hulk in a Fantastic Four armor because it comes with a few better things. Like, I'm personally care more about the fact of her, having weights to lift, than her being like, broken gun, and it's like, no, if I wanted a gun, I'd want to be able to have the gun equipped to someone. Black Widow, Miss Marvel. Now, I was able to get her in her black suit, Miss Marvel outfit, or Warbird, because, again, guys, for me, Miss Marvel from Earth's Mightiest Heroes is someone completely different from the MCU Captain Marvel. I know currently she goes by the name Captain Marvel, but I can personally essentially have them be similar heroes, similar powers, just two different people. Even if they are both called Caradamas because it's the same character. But again, I can personally associate them with two different people just because of the fact of in the MCU she's not great. And Spider-Man's someone who I want to, because again, for me, it was a case of I wanted to assemble, the Avengers had been taken down, a few of them survived, and these were the people who, Tony rebuilding them as Earth's new line of defense. And what potentially might end up looking for a Hulk. And I think some of the Maximus is the new Professor Hulk. I do kind of like that, but I don't know whether I will. I think it's overall just a face couple I don't mind. And like for Thor, I've not had a proper look. But Thor's also someone who I do consider main. Wasp is someone who I also do. I only need 9 levels. Well, time for a swim. Well, time to go and fix you, Bo. Now. I'm gonna check how much cobblestone's actually left in that chest. If there's if there's not too much, I might quickly go and finish it off. Which is tempting, but depends how much is in there. I also do need sleep. Because it is night and there's deadly mobs out, and I don't fancy giving I say striders. Flame bloody demons a chance to attack me. Hi, Ghastly the Ghast. I say Ghastly the Ghast. You know what? Nope. Ghast, your name is Mango now. And I will 100% forget about that. Oh no, okay. Apparently you just got 2. I'll take it. Never has that chest looked so bare minimum. Hold on, does that mean I could have? I was up to 13. I've just got to 17 from that. Take away 9. I should be on like 6. No, 8. Oh yeah, 17. Duh. When I can actually do maths. Which, again, not the best at maths. Not terrible. Now, how much cobblestone is left in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and use these 11 up. Just because at this point it's not that much, and it'll probably going to take me 20 minutes. Which isn't too bad. What's going on, guys? If you're new around please like, comment, subscribe. See, part of me's tempted to. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go and do it. Although this is getting stupid at this point. Like, literally, the length alone is a stupid length. But again, I wanted this thing to be long because I kind of want like this really cool, amazing build halfway out in the ocean, and it's just like, how the hell would you get from there? Well, you kind of have to boat, and there's no other way to get in without swimming or boating. I mean, you could always fly in, but again, guys, once I've got through all these stacks, I will be back. So, see you in a second. Right, guys, we're back. That, granted, I still have some left, but that didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to. Now, have I made the odd mistake by basically placing on the wrong side? Yes. But when you've got tiny ass little pains in the ass just trying to eliminate you, they're gonna happen. Now, again, end chest is empty. And that's both of those chests empty of cobblestone. This is a one-time thing, not gonna happen again. That couldn't be asked to walk all the way back. Now, guys, I've never crafted a pal. Like, I've never crafted one of these things, and again, never crafted the eldeer. Which means anything that's about to happen, I have no idea. But, just in case I don't want to be anywhere near my base. Like, I have finally got my base to how I want. The overhanging down there, the several rooms, the rooms back there, the rooms there, this overall, like, my base is finally good. Now, am I building a ginormous base to basically not move into it? More than likely. Although saying that, I willingly bought a mansion on GTA for like 14 mil. Had no plans to move into it, but then did. Because I ended up being like, hold on, I've just spent 14 mil on this mansion. Because, yes, guys, when I actually scratched that 28, because I had no plans to move in on either of my characters. Because, quite frankly, the casino penthouse was more than nice enough. But, quite frankly, the mansion's so much better. Like, you know, just get rid of every other floor and just turn the upper part of the casino into a giant-ass mansion. I'd be fine with that. I mean, I already paid to live there. Although, guys, well, what I will say now, see, before the casino came out, which was like, what, 2019? I think. I was living in just a typical apartment. Didn't have any need to be near the casino, nothing to beneficial from there. But now I kind of miss living at the penthouse. Like, I did move back briefly. I've not moved none of my cars over. Because I deep down know at some point I probably will end up moving back to the casino. I know for a fact I probably will. Because quite frankly, why I love my mansion, the casino just feels like home. Ah, perfect. Now, guys, have I purposely basically been like, hey, I'm going to show off this thing at the right end of this episode to basically get 2 episodes out of getting this? Yes. Yes, I did. Because, quite frankly, if I was going to show it off, I could have just added an extra 5 minutes onto the last episode and shown it off then. But, why do that when I can just do it now? And 3, 2, 1. Oh, I've got to defeat it. Phoenix? Powerful legendary! Come on, Phoenix, you've got this! We've done it! Now, was I expecting a full-on battle? No. Did I come out here just in case? Yes. Because, again, I didn't know what was going to happen. As far as I was aware, I could have been launched into a massive, battle that, destroyed a bunch of stuff. Oh, and before anyone says, why would it? The Wither exists in this game, just remember, guys, the Wither, the Ender Dragon 2. And I'm going to say the Warden. But anyway, getting back to the GTA conversation. Like, I was just living in a regular apartment before the Casino Penthouse came out. And it was nice. Although, guys, I will say now, if you ever do want access to the casino, it is cheaper in the long haul to just buy a penthouse. Because, annoyingly, some of the stuff locked up behind the casino are basically not IRL paywall, but paywall, technically. Basically, you have to pay to get access to spin the wheel a lot. And I don't think the casino penthouse is stupidly expensive. I don't think it's stupidly cheap. I don't think it's stupidly expensive. Scorch. Scorch. So I'll chuck Scorch in first. And then, revive everything else. Also, guys, if this episode is slightly longer than normal, I apologise, but at the same point, we've done a good bit of work, and again, at this point in time, I have no idea how long this is. I've been recording for about an hour and 35 minutes, roughly. Which is usually, actually, saying that, I've been recording for about an hour and 20 for about Craftymon. Roughly. And that's been getting condensed down to a nice little tiny episode. Put you in, because you don't need long. Don't I have a second one? Yep. If Wave somehow gets done before Scorcho, I'm gonna be annoyed. Oh no, I do have a Wavo. Oh yeah, I remember being very disappointed in Wavo. Now guys, don't get me wrong. I don't think everything should be this really cool, amazing thing. But at the same point, I kind of do think, personally for me, I'm always going to go with cool. Like, Scorcho looks like a little baby wyvern sort of thing. Shadowgale looks like a bird of prey. I can't think what they're actually called, but, reminds me of like that. Omnis reminds me of this mystical deer, which again looks cool. Phoenix again reminds me of another bird of prey. a flaming bird of prey. Not a phoenix, but some sort. Residue just reminds me of a nice little sea dragon. Now, Leapion, other than the fact that it kind of reminds me like an upgraded evolution of like a Vaporeon, and I say Leapion, it's Leopine. I think it's supposed to be French, not 100% sure. But I do also just say Leapion because it's just kind of simpler. This also looks really cool, and very similar to Vaporeon. To a point where I think they potentially might have copied Vaporeon's design. But then, Moonlight reminds me of a devil horse. A devil unicorn, which just looks dope. But is also very similar to Ominous. Now, guys, this is just my travel kit. Now, can I sleep? I can. Otherwise, I was just going to change the weather because I don't want to be summoning this thing in the rain. Now, guys, to be fair, this just reminds me of getting a legendary and being like, oh no, my legendary is very low. Here. You look amazing. Eldeer. Like, the tail's just got all the elements in. Now, this was just Eldeer tier 1. I don't know whether this thing can evolve. I have no idea. Anyway, guys, if you're new around here, please like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. And I'm more speechless than when I get an actual legendary. Anyway, guys, this is time to sign off. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. If I turn out to be available tomorrow, when this comes out, there might be a stream tonight. I don't know. As far as I'm aware, there should be. But anyway, come and join me on stream later tonight. We should have some fun playing Marvel Rivals. And this is Tiger signing off, and I'll see you next time. Bye.